What up, it's Dane, and in this video I'm going to be telling you 4 reasons why you should be lifting light. Reason number 1 is to maximize muscular hypertrophy, right? So type 1 fibres, this is what gets activated when you work in a 25 to 30 rep range, and that's what I consider using light weights, right? So that's real important. Lifting light weights will definitely maximize your muscular hypertrophy, and type 1 fibres have got a potential to grow, not as much as type 2, but like I always say, periodize your training program to get maximal results. Okay, reason number 2 is mind-muscle connection, meaning you can control the weight obviously a lot better because you're using a lighter weight, whereas if you're throwing up 100 kg on a bench press or something like that, you're not going to be able to improve your mind-muscle connection, and it's also good for improving muscular imbalances, so keep that in mind as well. Okay, so factor number 3 is the muscle pump, right? So chasing the pump. Obviously if you're working a rep range of about 25 to 30, you're going to get a mad, crazy, insane pump, which then again means metabolic stress occurs, and if you don't already, metabolic stress is one of the most important factors when it comes to muscle growth. A lot of people are doing this already, but again, working in a 25 to 30 rep range will ensure this happens. So if you want to maximize your muscular hypertrophy, really you need to use lighter weights so you can concentrate on that mind muscle connection and that muscle pump, right? So let's get to factor number 4. Okay, so factor number 4 is recovery and deloads, right? By using lighter weights, it's going to be less stress on the joints compared to working with heavy weight and trying to maximize the muscular adaptation on the type 2 fibers. Even though they do have more potential to grow, type 1 fibers do still have potential to grow, but this time you're actually preventing injuries. And especially when you take deloads, like I always recommend periodized programs as well as power building. When you go through the deload period, you can use lighter weights, still concentrating on chasing the pump, but this time you're preventing injuries. And again, if you're about longevity, if you want to do this in the long term and actually again maximizing your results, because not only are you looking at the long-term results, this is kind of short-term as well, because if you never really concentrate on training in a rep range of 25 to 30, your type 1 muscle fibers are definitely not getting the response they really need, right? They're not getting the muscle pump, they're not being really trained. And in some cases, some people would say, oh, I need you to train my calves because they type 1 fibers, stuff like this, or like your soleus, but that's more for, it's not a set in stone, right? For example, I just always say, just periodize your program, right? Periodize your whole routine. This way you're going to increase or get the most amount of muscular hypertrophy as you can in the type 2 muscle fibers, but just obviously lifting a bit heavy and the 8 to 12 range as well, maybe 5, getting a mechanical tension. And then when you go through your deload phases, or even just other phases where you're working on a higher rep range, now you're working on a type 1 muscle fibers, right? So it's real important. Let me summarize all 4 steps up. So you're improving your mind muscle connection, you're chasing a pump, and the other factor is preventing like stress on the joints, right? So recovery phase. What was the other factor? The last one, I don't even know. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you found it useful. I tried to make it nice, short and concise, straight to the point. But just to conclude and summarize the whole video, make sure to train your type 1 muscle fibers as well as your type 2. Just maximize hypertrophy in the whole spectrum, so in both ranges. Train with heavy weights and with light weights, right? That's the way you're going to maximize the stuff, right? Not just selecting one or the other. So anyway, subscribe down below if you'd like to see more videos. Like, leave a comment. I always get hard in your comments. I love to see the comments. Stay positive, stay smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.